Should Hindus celebrate Christmas? First, it's important to note that Vaishnava Hindus believe in one God, one supreme personality from whom everything in this world emanates. From the Vaishnava point of view, this is the same God that's worshipped by the Christians and the Muslims. And this makes sense. If you say you're worshipping the one supreme God, whether you call that God, Allah, Krishna, Vishnu, or whatever, it can only refer to the same being. So from our perspective, this is the same God that the Christians believe in. Saying that we all ultimately worship the same God is one thing, but what about the person of Christ? What should Hindus think about Jesus Christ himself? When asked this question, Swami Prabhupada often said that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. He's a great prophet. He's someone who's to be respected. And so when asked on this matter, most Hindus would accept Jesus Christ as a great saint. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that everyone follows my path in every respect. This includes Christians, Muslims, even atheists. Everything emanates from the Lord. Belief and non-belief, faith and lack of faith, all ultimately come from the one God. So was Christ legitimate? He's trying to bring people toward love of God. From the Hindu perspective, from the Vaishnava perspective, this is a mark of legitimacy. Okay, but even if Christianity is legitimate, does that mean that Hindus should celebrate Christmas? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna indicates that we go to that which we worship. Those who worship the demigods, go to the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors, go to the ancestors, and so on. So as Vaishnava Hindus, if it's our goal to go to Krishna or to Vishnu, then we should worship Krishna or Vishnu. But wait a minute. If we're talking about the same God here that Christians and Muslims worship, why are we talking about going to Krishna or Vishnu specifically? From the Vaishnava perspective, the Lord takes the form of whatever the devotee is attached to the most. Each of these forms has different features and different ways that we can relate to the divine. One relates to Krishna in a very specific kind of way that may be somewhat different to the way that a Christian would relate to their form of God. So if we want to relish a relationship with Krishna, then we should worship him in the specific ways that he's intended to be worshipped. The Christians may relish a different kind of relationship with God. It's still the same God, but the form determines the relationship. At the same time, many of us, if we've come from a Christian background or live in the Western world, have so many strong samskaras or mental impressions on celebrating Christmas. Are all these things just to be given up? My Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj, says no. You can celebrate all these things, but if you want to go to Krishna, keep Krishna in the center of them. So what does that mean in a practical sense? It means on Christmas Day, we can offer some special worship to the Lord in the form of puja, or abhishek, or ritual bath. We can take our deities, or our images, our pictures of the Lord, and worship them in this special mood of inviting them to celebrate this Christmas season with us. From the Hindu perspective, we're honoring the same God that Christ gave his life to promote. That same sense of love of God that he embodied is what we're attempting to embody when we worship our Lord on this day. And if you're attached to the image of Christ, you can still pray to Christ as a Hindu to bring us closer to Krishna, to bring us closer to pure love of God. So if someone asks, should Hindus celebrate Christmas? The answer is that if you're inclined to do it, then do it. Just keep your Ishtadev, keep Krishna in the center of everything that you do. You can honor Krishna anytime at Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, New Year's, the 4th of July, any celebration that you have an attachment to do, continue doing it. Just keep Krishna in the center. Keep the Lord in the center of all your activities, and inevitably your consciousness will go to him. This is the incredible flexibility of Sanatana Dharma, of Vaishnava Hinduism. You don't have to give anything up. You just put Krishna in the center of everything that you already do. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, put them down below and I'll respond to you. Jai Shri Radhe.